So on the weekend, I didn't go. Obviously, all you guys were at Mardi Gras celebrating Kane's birthday. Good friend of the show, Matt Namo, one of the all-time exits from the evening that I was reported when I got home. So, excuse me. Apparently, all the boys were like walking to get a train, and EJ said he was literally walking, and he turned around, and Matt had like they'd gone through the gates at this stage, and he walked and turned around, and Matt was gone. And then like they called Matt, and Matt answers and he goes, and they go, mate, where are you? Like, what happened? And he's like, oh, I don't know where I am. And then he goes, oh, I'm in an Uber. Oh,
no way.
And then they go, oh, like, where are you going to like a kick-ons or something? Like, where are you going? And Matt's like, oh, I don't know. Let me check. And he doesn't respond for like 2 minutes. And then he's like, oh, I'm going home. I'm crying. Oh, he's such an idiot. Like as if he got like made hostage.
Dude, he like doesn't know that he's booked his own Uber. I'm like, oh, dude, I
like Oscar nomination for Matty. After that.
Yeah. Where am I? Where am I?
I don't know.
One of the greats. Can't wait to hear his
Rebuttal.
his defense to this.
How do you defend that? How do you defend that?
I don't know what you're
That's
saying.
shocking. What time was this Uber order?
I don't know. It was at the end of the night, I think. So who knows?
That's absolutely unreal.
Did you guys go to Mardi Gras, by the way?
No, I worked all weekend.
Yeah, I was there.
Did you
I
go?
was all paraded out by about 11.
Did you make it to Oxford Street?
Yeah, we were there. It's a bit busy for my liking.
Yeah.
Just everything was gated up. It was just
Couldn't run free.
Wasn't
Did you? So what? Did you just go there and then you just dipped?
Pretty much.
Nice.
How was the
parade?
Did a similar thing to Matt.
Yeah. Dude, where am I?
But I think I owned it a little bit more than Matty.
Nice.
I'm absolutely trapped in this car.
Yeah.
I don't know where I am.
All right, what's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Barflies podcast, episode 71 today. Joined always by my good friend and comrade, Alexander Russell, and special guest, returning feature, Jack Worland. Welcome back, mate.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Round two?
Yeah, it took a bit longer than I was expecting to get the call back. But,
Yeah.
I'm tucked away under the stairs. Didn't get the couch, but,
Well,
We're
you gotta earn your spot on this couch.
maybe next time, hey?
It doesn't just come. It doesn't just come overnight. Nathan Rowley-Bates also had a pretty strong case for the NRL opening special, but the people spoke and they simply didn't want him.
No.
Sorry, Nathan.
Jack returns.
Jack
What do you
returns.
think about the new setting, by the way? We got a new setting
I love
compared to
I think the plants are really taking it up a level.
Yeah.
Got a bit of a ring light here. You can't see it's out of shot, but loving that. That's doing me some justice.
Yeah, it's doing you justice.
Nice little light underneath your head.
Really cuts the jaw
Yeah,
in.
really great ambience. Whoever's head of ambience on this podcast
Head of ambience.
deserves
I think
little
head of ambience falls under head of tech. So you got to thank.
bit of a one-man army here, I feel.
Which also falls under a lot of things.
Yeah,
Head of tech is it's an umbrella term.
Yeah, look, I do add value.
You're
Don't I, Cody?
You're
Don't I?
head of notes.
Head of notes. So did I do them last minute? Maybe.
Did the notes get sent through to me on the drive over here? Maybe.
Yes. Yeah. I was thinking about it in bed this morning. I was like, oh, fuck, I probably could have just stayed up an extra hour last night and done the notes at like 1 a.m. And I was like, no, fuck it, dude. I do everything else. Fucking Santa can do it.
Look,
Do the notes.
in my defense, I did have a work night out last night. So
That's all right, mate. Things happen.
yeah,
Things happen. We
But,
got it. And it's
look,
here.
they're here now.
It's been done.
They're done. I don't know why I'm
Well,
defending.
we know where
myself.
you, we know where your
Why
head's
am I
at.
on the back foot right
I was
now?
gonna say.
No, they're finished. Guys, stop.
All right, let's get into it. Bit of just doing an NRL special today, covering everything in the news upcoming. We're 4 days away from 2 days from
Yeah.
kickoff.
Thursday
2
night.
nights.
2 nights.
2 nights.
Probably won't watch it.
I think I'm busy.
Who's the first?
Melbourne and Parramatta.
Paramount.
Oh, that is a classic Thursday night game
That's
as
hot.
well.
Yeah,
That's got a real bit of that and like a Canberra Raiders home game screams Thursday night footy to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's got Melbourne Parramatta has a 22-20 about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's literally what the score was last time they versus each
That's
other.
maybe where I got it from.
Yeah. They kind of won. Parramatta's always one of those teams that seem to one up Melbourne.
Yeah, they do. They have the rub of the green on a few of like the bigger teams,
Mm.
and Penrith as well.
Mm.
Last year,
They did beat.
for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part.
For the most part.
On the big dance, mate.
yeah,
Yeah.
not when it mattered. Not when it mattered.
No.
I watched Tommy's doco last night
Yeah.
of him like you know how Latrell did one as well. Did you watch that? The Latrell one when he like went over with Bill Knowles. I was like, this is super interesting.
Dude, shout out Bill Knowles, by the way.
Yeah,
Keeping some of the NRL thoroughbreds real hot.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Get
know.
them in the game.
He must know like when some of them come over that these are like the top dogs.
Yeah.
Like who's like Latrell, Paps, and Tom are the three that we've sent over. Like he must be.
To
like,
be fair,
okay,
they're
these
like
guys are
pretty impressive athletes, like particularly Latrell and Tom.
and Tom totally.
pretty.
I was looking at Tom. He's huge.
He's massive.
He's actually huge.
He's bigger than the forwards.
Yeah. Yep. He's like Tarpany, but like a little bit leaner.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Like he's really tall and like wiry, but he's just like not a brick shit house like Tarpany. Too long of a bow to draw?
Yeah. That's
That was dribble.
You don't think?
Wait, explain it again. Say defend like so. He's like Tarpany in the way that he's tall.
Yeah, like tall and like a wiry build.
Right.
You know how there's like, you've got
Would
your
you call Tarpany wiry though?
for a forward, yeah, compared to like Polo and Warrior Hargraves and people like that.
No, I guess
Maybe not Tarpany, maybe more like Tino. Tino I would definitely call wiry.
Yeah. Okay. I can
Anyway.
understand.
They're
By
thick
the
old
by.
boys. I
Tom
wonder
was
how
like-
before we move past that, I wonder how the NRL players stack up against the American athletes. Because they've got some pretty like impressive athletes over there. So I wonder where Tom and Latrell and perhaps like stack up.
I can't help but think they'd be like middle.
Well, they're differently designed athletes. When you
Yeah.
think about it, like when you think about maybe an NFL player, they almost just have to be very good sprinters, athletic, like similar to NRL players, but they don't kind of have the same. They play with stoppages when NRL players they have to play with cardio, they have to play continuously for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's small breaks in the game, but you still pretty much a full
Yeah.
continuously.
And obviously there's the whole like wrestling element.
Yeah,
Like
and then the
in attack
contact
and defense. Like
and without padding.
exactly.
No, so that's
Yeah,
also
they are.
something to
Yeah,
think about.
NRL players probably playing under a lot more fatigue than
Yeah.
the American athletes. But some of those American athletes are seriously.
I think
Seriously
bas-
impressive.
I think
insane.
basketballers would probably be the fittest of the athletes in
Mm.
America, just because they have the 82 game schedule. They play games. Geez, they could play 3 games in 4 days and train and etc. Travel, blah blah blah.
Travel, all that.
Yeah, so it's pretty. They got to be in pretty tip top shape. So.
But it'd be like if the NFL players came over to rugby league, or like came over to compare with the rugby league athletes, you'd be like, dude, he is unreal. But
Yeah.
like he can only play 15 minutes because he can't handle the contact. You know what I mean? So it's interesting, and obviously like the conditioning's a lot different coming through. It just seems like there's a lot more like without getting too much into the American side of things, but it seems like there's a lot more resources and funding into like college level
Well,
and
money.
like grassroots
They got
level
more
over
money,
there. Yeah,
yeah.
totally.
Yeah, some of the athletes coming out of college, they're like younger than us, like 20. They're
Yeah.
6'6", 250 pounds. They don't look like they've been like carved from stone.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Insane.
On Manly though, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about Manly? They got the Bulldogs' first game at home, which will be an absolute ripper.
I reckon that is overs, massive overs.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I'm excited for that game. Manly looked great in the preseason. Well, they
Yep.
won the preseason.
Won the
thing.
preseason.
They looked pretty strong. Schuster, they say, might be out for round 1. And then after them letting go of Kieran Foran, I'm not sure who will slot in there, but
Cooper Johns.
Cooper Johns, true.
think so.
He trialled pretty well.
Yeah, Cooper Cronk-esque kick from him.
Yeah, dude, he
against
looks
the
good.
Roosters.
He looked really good.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm keen to see that game. I'm keen to see. I think it's kind of like similar to Tigers in a way that for the Bulldogs, if we're not looking at Manly anymore, if we're looking at the Bulldogs, similar to that Tigers team, where I think a lot of people are keen to go, okay, new coach, new players, what do they have? What
Yeah.
do they what are they going to show us? So,
Yeah.
and I don't think this year it'll take. You know how last year it took them 10 games once they got rid of Barrett, and then they got that other guy to coach. What was his name?
Mick Potter.
Yeah, Mick Potter came in, started coaching, and then they just started scoring.
Yeah.
They just started playing pretty attacking footy.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's not going to take 10 games to see that this year. I wonder if we'll see that straight away from them.
Yeah. What do you think, Jack? How do you see this Manly Bulldogs game going?
Sold out, by
Is
the way.
it already?
At Brookie.
Wow.
Saturday Arvo, 3 p.m. Hope the sun's out.
Are you
'cause
going, Z?
No.
I'm going.
You going?
I'm going.
Nice.
Yeah. No soccer this year. I'm going.
Oh, you'll be
Saturday, 3 p.m. is real open.
there. Yeah,
Oh.
nice.
I really like Manly, and I don't hate Seabold as much as I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of people did.
Mm.
He did well at South. Obviously, Brisbane, we can forget that ever happened, and I'm sure he wishes he could forget that ever happened. But yeah, from what I saw in the trials against my Roosters, they were real good.
Mm.
Outside backs looked quick, stronger, like cooler looked unreal.
Yeah.
Olaquatu's looks massive.
Yeah.
As per.
And they played without Tom and without DCE. If you bring them back in, Schuster looked pretty good.
Yeah. Did he play
Um,
6?
He played 6, didn't look where he passed once. So I love that.
Yeah.
But he puts it on the chest, even if he's not looking. So
Yeah.
play on.
Yeah.
Garrick butchered a try, still scored a hat trick, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know.
on brand.
I reckon
Sounds
that
like a very manly
they're,
performance.
they're yeah, I'd watch out for them.
Yeah, they looked really like fast. Like their ruck speed looked really quick, and like all their outside backs would seem like they were backing up every play. Like they really looked like they wanted to be out there, at least in that second trial, which I think was kind of like it's kind of good to see because we kind of, I mean, at least me as an external fan of Manly, you know, looking from the outside in, it's like without Tom they're nothing. So it's kind of cool to see like
Yeah,
that they played awesome without Tom and without DCE. So,
yeah, they're two. You know,
Best players.
Yeah.
two highest paid players. Like, and if Tom stays fit after his US trip, will win he'll probably walk the Dally M, I'd say.
yeah. We'll circle back to that.
Yeah.
We'll circle back to that.
A full. This is the thing though. Like him playing a full season is just like even the year he won the Dally M,
Yeah.
he didn't even play the full season.
Like 16 games or something.
But the thing is, if he plays a full season, there's no knowing what could happen because
Yeah.
the one season where he literally did do it, everyone went, "Holy crap, this guy
Yeah,
is
and-
like probably the best player in the comp."
yeah.
Yeah, they could make the top 4 if Tom stays fit.
For the whole
Honestly,
year.
I reckon that if their depth might be an issue, but I think Manly are one to watch for
Yeah.
sure.
I agree.
That could be naughty. Well, save your top 4s conspiracies for later on, but that's a naughty shout.
The Roosters signed Spencer Leniu overnight. Another
Yeah.
one bites the dust for Penrith.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Interesting move from Leniu.
I think it's a pretty good move.
For next year,
Mm.
2024.
Yeah. Just jumping from like the two top teams. Like I
Yeah.
feel like you don't see that happen too
Yeah.
often. You
I
know
think
what
it's I think it's more a timing thing with the Roosters. Like Hargraves, this will probably be his last year.
Yeah.
I think it might be the last year of his contract.
Yeah.
And he's on decent money.
I think it'll have to be, right?
And Spencer's young, and Penrith, they can't fit everyone under. Like they're having to pay all those guys. They've already lost Crichton, and then obviously Coruscant and all of those.
Yeah. That's what I was
Kick
thinking.
out.
I was just like, surely.
I think it just is a timing. Like it
Yeah.
just works, and
Yeah.
it's the Roosters. Like the Roosters have pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely do. And I think as well, like someone like Matt Lodge, I don't know how much longer. Do you know how long he's coming?
He's actually younger than you think, and I think we'll probably pay him.
Do you think
and
they'll
then-
keep him on?
I think so. Yeah, he's been really good,
Mm.
really, really good. I think he made the Origin squad last year.
Did he?
Lodge
But yeah,
extended the squad.
Lenu, I reckon that's a great pickup for any team. I think
He's a freak.
I reckon he's awesome.
He's a
Yeah,
freak.
he's such
Coming
an
off the
impact
bench
player.
for Penrith last year, he was one of their best players. I
Yeah.
thought.
But I just think with Penrith, although everyone talks about who they've lost, you got to think about who they've still got, and they're also the champions 2-time champions.
Yeah.
I think that's something people just forget about.
And Lanu's
sometimes.
obviously still there, as is Crichton until the end of this season.
They're not gone. They've still got an absolutely awesome team. And if all those guys came through their first, essentially their first lot of development players under Phil Gould, and now they've got. Didn't last year they won every club competition in all the reserve grades, etc.
Yeah, freakish.
So I think I don't think them losing players is just going to be too much of a hassle because I feel like they have some absolute quality coming through, and we'll probably see that this year.
My biggest question mark over Penrith is losing Appy. I think people forget how big of an influence not only your hooker is, but a player like Appy is on your team. Like he was at Penrith for 3 years. They made three grand finals, won 2 of them. So it'll be obviously your hooker touches the ball the most times in a game. He directs, he controls the attack, controls the ruck speed, controls everything. So it'll be interesting to see. Who's the other guy that's at Penrith? That's
Sonny
not
Luke
Kenny?
and Sonny Luke.
Yeah, so I think he's
Mitch
like 27 or something.
Well, there's talk that him and Mitch Kenny split minutes.
I think so.
Well, Mitch Kenny started the grand final
Yeah,
and then moved to lock,
yeah,
so they could just use that same
yeah.
formula. But I agree with you. I think losing Appy is huge. Even watching them in the game against St Helens in the World Club Challenge, like even the service out of dummy half was nowhere near as good. Mitch Kenny's nowhere near as crafty out of dummy half either. I think Sonny Luke is meant to be quick and pretty nifty out of there, but Mitch Kenny doesn't fill me with much confidence. Like I feel like that's a massive drop off in such a key position. So I think Penrith, it might be a little bit of a learning curve getting used to that.
I agree.
Because Sonny Luke's small as well. There's question marks over whether he's big enough to play first grade.
Yeah. Like, it's not like, again, you can use the example of, like, losing kick out. You go, absolutely unreal player, super important to them. But again, he's like an edge back rower. You can kind of, in a system like Penrith, you can, not fill the gap to the same level, but you can get by without it.
Yeah,
but taking, a spine player out, it's huge.
I think Mitch Kenny's played quite a few games, though, in the Panthers side, coming off the bench or starting. I don't know. I feel like he's going to be a bit better than maybe you guys are saying. I think he could really come into his own. I've always rated him when he's played. I've always thought he's been quite good. And of course, Appy, he's probably top 3?
Yeah, top
maybe
3.
the second best hooker
Yeah.
in the comp. So it's kind of, or / in the world. So it's kind of hard. It's a massive position to fill. It's obviously going to be super hard, but I don't think it's going to take as long as you guys think, maybe to adapt. And I think Penrith will know that, and they'll probably have worked on it.
Oh, for sure.
He's definitely solid. I just hold Appy so highly. I feel like even if Mitch Kenny is like a 7 out of 10, I still think that's quite a big drop off.
Yeah,
from
big loss.
what Appy gives you.
Yeah, totally. Well, look at Manly after they lost Appy. Just shambles. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure Penrith will still be in everyone's top 4, but it'll be good. It'll be good. I'm looking forward to it. Who have they got off the bat? Panthers.
They have Broncos.
Okay.
I think.
That'd be a good game.
I think.
I feel like every game's going to be... Yeah, I think it is the Broncos.
Okay.
Friday night.
Do we want to get into these points?
We can get in some points.
We getting some points? Alrighty. Okay, first up, we got breakout year. Who is due this year for a breakout year? They can be a new or existing player. Keep in mind the next one is next point we'll be talking about who we think the one to watch rookie is. But who is this year going to have a massive, massive year?
2 come to mind for me. I got, obviously, being a Tigers fan, Sean Blaw. Bateman's not starting the season, so I think Sean Blaw...
Not starting?
No, he's not playing the first couple of games. He's carrying an injury from the World Cup.
He only just
Got... Yeah. Yesterday was his
Australia,
first
right?
day.
Oh, really?
Yesterday was day 1 of training for Bateman. So he's still a while off. Sean Blaw's won that right edge spot. He won the edge spot last year as well, but he did his ACL in the preseason, obviously. Massive raps on him. He was like the Panthers under-20s captain coming through and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So he's like got a massive
Did
name.
he play with all those boys?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Luai Cleary all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I think, or he might have been the year below or the year under.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because he wouldn't be as old as Cleary.
Still coming from a good crop of.
Yeah, good.
And if he was
Players.
captain as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's one of them. And Jermaine Hopgood, I actually don't know too much about him, but everyone seems to be talking about him. He had a really good trial last week for Para. He's going to fill that lock position and hopefully fill one of those big holes that have been left in their pack. So they're my kind of two for breakout. I don't know if you wouldn't call them rookies, but you'd call them, due for a big year, I think.
Yeah.
What about you, Jack?
I've got Suali'i or Suwali.
Yeah.
I think he'll cement himself. Obviously, he showed pretty strong glimpses of it last year. Scoring tries,
Putting big hits
whacking
on.
blokes, all of that. But I think this year he will cement himself as just a out and out elite NRL player. He'll probably play Origin, I think. Fox will get snubbed again. Suwali will be the winger for New South Wales for the next 10 to 15 years.
Yeah. If the Wallabies don't get him.
Or
Yeah.
if he doesn't move positions.
I think so, but you hear like all the other Roosters players talk about him and they're like, nah, dude, he's like as good as you're all saying he is.
Yeah.
And that's the scariest part.
Yeah, is when he was at South, when he was 16, he was coming to training and the first graders were like, how the fuck is this guy 16 years old? Like,
Yeah,
he's like,
Genetic freak.
you're not supposed to be that big and you're not supposed to be that good at 16.
Yeah.
So I think, he'll cement himself as the best winger in the comp. Talks he might play centre as well, which is kind of
Scary,
interesting as well, yeah. Give him a little bit more nut.
So what will the backline look like for the Roosters? Predicted round
They're
one.
predicted it's Teddy at the back, obviously. Toops on the wing with Jackson Paulo, who we got from South. And then Manu and Suwali.
Kevin Nagama been snubbed?
Just. Look, it's a coin flip between him and Suwali. No, if I have to watch Kevin Nagwama fill in for one more game, I might be sick.
What about Paul Momirovski?
Dude, he is the most... I love Paul
I don't know.
Momirovski. I reckon he's such a good backup player. Like,
Yeah, he looked good in North Sydney Bears colours, I think. this year.
well, like, I was saying to Z the other day, like, the Roosters team going through the Origin period, like, your spine is still going to be Manu, Keary, Walker, unless Walker's at Queensland camp, but Manu, Keary, Walker, and Cheese. Like, you're still going to be
Connor
throbbing.
Watson
He's done, isn't he? Did he do his ACL?
They haven't come out and said anything, but
I think he's done.
it looks like it's an ACL.
Did he do his ACL?
Yeah, he's done.
In training, he's not playing all year.
No.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know about this.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he's done. Done for the year. Sucks.
Hot boy
Maybe
Connor's
I-
gone.
Oh, maybe.
Jake
maybe I just
Turpin,
missed
though.
that one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jake Turpin on the bench instead.
Drew
He's no
Hudson.
Connor.
Drew Hudson.
Drew.
The Roosters have like an abundance of just fill-in players, which
Yeah.
always kind of impresses me.
And I feel like they're noticed a lot more because we've been smashed by injuries the last
like
2
that-
years.
yeah,
So like
literally, I was thinking that.
we've sort of been forced to use them. So Hutchinson at another team, you probably wouldn't know him, but he's had to play like close to 20 games a year for us.
Well, that year, not last year, the year before, where it was absolutely horrid run with injuries. I think you guys versus the Titans or something in the finals. Was that that season?
And we just had no one.
And no one. And they almost won in the final thing
Yeah.
that he didn't pass the ball.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, was that your mate, Marcia?
No, that wasn't Margie. No. It was that was Albert Kelly, I think. Or Brian Kelly.
No, I know his name.
What about
Don't
you?
remember it now.
What about you, Z?
Ooh.
Breakout year?
Breakout year. I've got two that I want to say, but I should just choose one.
No, go. I did too.
Okay.
Go to.
Because I'm absolutely hot for both of these players.
Yeah.
So first off, I've been big on Teague Wilton for like 2 years, and he's finally going to get his chance to start. He is a beast. He is a great player. When I watch him, even last year when I was watching, I was thinking, why is he coming off the bench? He's good enough to be starting. Fast, big, etc. Keen to see him play. he's going to be
I
on
don't-
that Sharks left edge.
I haven't seen. I wouldn't know Teague if I fell over him. I have no idea what he looks like, how he plays, or anything.
He's
So
just
he's
this massive blonde guy
he's-
with
yeah.
short hair.
He's pretty good.
I've heard you
Yeah.
talk about him non-stop, so I will be keeping an eye out.
He also gets a lot of meat pies because he refuses to pass the ball. Unless he gets cut out, it's never getting to the winger ever. He just
That's
like
what you wanted to do, man.
he just holds the ball and
Yeah.
tries to hit holes.
But he just
always.
doesn't. He doesn't get stopped.
You have a bit of a thing for left edge players.
Yeah. I'm hey, guilty. And then who am I also thinking is going to have a breakout year?
The other left edge player.
Yeah, he is actually on the left edge too. Now thinking about it, but it is Greg Marju from the Knights. Now I've been Cody will vouch for me here, even to an extent maybe you as well, Jack.
Yeah.
I've been absolutely massive on him as well, and it's coming. I reckon this year he's finally going to play just about every game, barring injuries. I'm going to assume the Knights aren't going to have too much of the ball this year because they're going to get pumped most games. So he'll be getting a lot of run meters, a lot of tackle breaks. I think he played about a third of the games last year. Maybe he played 11, 10 games. And he was top 5 tackle breakings. In the top 5 for tackle breaks. So he is a machine.
I saw him.
He's a machine.
I haven't watched him too much. I watched him in the trial. He looks like Toto.
He's
Dude,
same build, just
Yeah.
like massive, strong.
Chode build.
Oh.
No? Yeah, exactly.
hey,
I didn't
you'd have
watch
to
that.
pay me big money to stand in front of him and try to stop him.
Oh.
Yeah.
He is thick.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
he's thickness on thickness.
Uh,
It's craziness.
Yeah.
I don't know why the Titans let him go. Honestly,
Is he
I
on,
feel
and he's on KP side.
yeah.
The Titans
So
are doing
naughty.
He
the
will
Titans
get-
are doing the never make the top 8 challenge. That's why. Just get rid of your best outside back.
Yeah. So he'll be well naughty out on that edge. So
Speaking of the Titans, not to get too off track here, I just came to my mind then. Been meaning to ask you about it. What is happening? What do you think about Jaden Campbell and just the spine setup at the Titans at the moment? Because it's kind of crazy that he's been left out.
I'd rather AJ Brimson.
I
back
would
there.
too. I would too. There's almost just no room for him, but it seems like.
But
he's
also, I would just see how Tanner Boyd goes maybe, and then if it doesn't work out, the only thing is I think Tanner Boyd has a bit of a relationship with people like Dave Fafito and stuff. Has played them through juniors, so I think
He's got raps on him.
yeah, he's got
Tanner
raps.
Boyd. He's
Yeah.
like the best goal kicker in the comp. You see that?
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
so
Kicks like 85%.
Crazy.
correct. So we'll see. I think we'll just wait it out, see how they go with Tanner Boyd, Foran, and
Hey, Brimson
Brimson at fullback, and then
And then
obviously
Verrills at 9. won a comp.
One a comp.
Scored a
They've been
try in
lack-
a grand final. First try scorer.
They've been lacking
grand
like
final.
a decent 9 for a while.
They have.
Yeah. And then Aaron Clark.
Aaron Clark.
I rate him. He's going to play lock.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know what it is with those mid-tier rugby league coaches moving their best player from fullback to 6. I don't know why they did that with Brimson.
To be fair, I actually really liked Brimson playing at 6 because he actually touched the ball more.
You reckon?
I felt like, yeah, because Jaden Campbell was playing 1 and kind of popped up at the moments when maybe that little bit of X factor, you know, where the fullback just pops up in the attacking line kind of thing. When Brimson was on the ball way more, his kicking game was like pretty decent. I actually quite liked watching him play 6. I thought he
I
played
think
well.
Jaden Campbell's still got like a teenage boy's frame
Yeah, he's still pretty
as
small,
well.
hey?
Like he's probably, I think he's going to play 14, come off the bench, and that's probably more suited to him right now.
Yeah.
And then once he's a little bit bigger and he's got a little bit more experience, then he'll move to 1.
Also, not a bad person to be coming off the bench as well. Like such
Yeah, I
an
feel-
injection of pace.
Mm.
But I think he's pretty.
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay, next one.
Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year, one to watch. I'll go first on this one this time. Jake Preston.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. Last year, I think he was the Roosters reserve one like player of the year for reserves. Yeah, he's at the Dogs.
I had
And
no
think he's
idea
gonna be
about him until you said him.
Yeah.
He looks like he's going to get the starting right edge, correct?
Oh, possibly. I think he'll definitely be on the bench at least. But I think you'll see plenty of him this year, especially towards the back end or through Origin. So, yeah, keep your eyes open.
Interesting.
There weren't many that like screamed at me here, but Paul Alamotti from the Bulldogs, he's 18. He's going to be playing in the centres. And everything I've heard about him is he is just like a freak. Way too big for an 18-year-old. Big, strong, quick. They nearly played him when he was 17.
Yeah, right.
Really?
That's how big of a
Do you
rap
see
they've
his
got on him.
legs?
He's
Dude, his legs are...
they're
haven't seen him.
both mine combined. As well.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
And
nuts.
probably mine and Katie's as
How
well.
tall
Yeah.
is he, roughly? Like, is he...
6'2",
Okay.
6'3".
he's
If I take,
tall.
that's a complete guess,
Right,
but
okay.
he's just like a big, strong center. And yeah, they nearly played him when he was 17. But yeah, looks like he's going to start for the Dogs. So
Watch
that's
out
kind
for
of
him.
it. Sua Wong maybe for the Roosters, because obviously Crichton's not going to start the year, might not play at all. Tupanua's coming back from an ACL, so it's like Egan Butcher or Sua Wong for
Yeah.
the left edge of the Roosters, which is a pretty nice spot to be.
Yeah.
I'd like to, if I was a back row, I'd like to start
Yeah.
my career on the left or right edge of
The Roosters.
the
right now.
Roosters.
True that.
Yeah.
True that.
I don't, no one really comes to mind from like any of the other clubs outside of the Tigers who I know most about, obviously. Justin Matamua is my rookie of the year. I think he will be our rookie of the year. He's like a ball playing lock.
Right.
He probably won't come in until like round 10, pending injuries and stuff, but he's kind of like, you know how the Tigers haven't had a ball playing lock like ever?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Well,
When they play-
Hastings had to play there last year.
yeah, he was good when he played there. So
Yeah.
Hastings was kind of our only one, but he's still like a 7 in my opinion. So it'll be interesting to see Matamua come through, because Offa Hengawi is more of like a prop in my opinion, but he kind of fills a role for us at lock. But
He well, we've said it before, he was easily the best player for the Tigers last year.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
he gets the nod. He gets the nod at lock.
He was actually awesome last year.
Yeah, it was really good.
I thought.
It was really looked like he was the only one out there trying, respectfully.
Dead set. And only one who didn't like make bulk mistakes every game.
Mm.
So yeah, Matamua
You definitely want him not touching the ball, as like if you've got wraps on Matamua, I reckon Offengarry put him at 8 or 10.
Yeah, I think so. We'll see how the year
Like
plays out. Matamua debuted last year. He played like 2 games, I think.
Sometimes you forget. Often Gary's has played Origin before.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
he can reach that level. And I think if the Tigers can keep tracking him as he is.
Yeah,
Tigers forward pack is like one of the best in the comp
it's stacked.
on paper.
It's stacked.
It's never played with each other before, but
No.
like
It's
Papali, Coruscant,
Compared to what it was.
Blore,
Clemmer.
Bateman,
potential.
Clemmer,
Utokamanu.
Offengarry.
Yeah, we were talking Manu.
Forgot about him.
Yeah, breakout year.
Dude, that's a stacked forward pack.
Yeah.
You just need a few outside backs.
Yeah.
We'll see. See.
All right. Now onwards we go. Dally M prediction. What have you got, K-Man?
Mate, I'm absolutely all over the bunnies this year.
Yeah.
I'm all over the bunnies. I think. I don't know.
I was literally waiting for someone to bring up the Rabbitohs.
Yeah.
I've been waiting.
I
I
hate
think,
it.
like,
I hate it because I think the same. But
Yeah,
I
I
hate
know.
the fact that I think it.
I think like the obvious pick is the Roosters, because everyone just looks at their team and goes, "Geez, they're stacked. Surely they'll win." But I know it's still new. Like, I still feel like they're a year or two off. They'll definitely get at least a handful in the next 5 years, in my opinion. But I don't know. I'm all over South this year. My Dally M prediction is the big man, Trell
Trelmet.
That's it, Chalmette.
Yeah,
Like it.
exactly.
Mine's boring, but I reckon Nico goes back to back.
Interesting.
He won it by a record amount of points last year. He accumulated the most points last year. He probably he might bench for Origin, but for the most part he will play most of the year. Cronulla score a lot of points, and he's involved in almost all of them. He kicks goals, and like if anyone's going to get 3 points in that team, it's always going to be him.
That was my reasoning last year when I said it. It's 'cause I was
Yeah, you
thinking-
nailed that last year, by the way.
Yeah.
You picked that, and I wasn't as like confident about that.
Yeah.
But
Dude, if
Because
you're
every game he's going to play, he's going to be at least the top 2 players on the field.
yeah, and like there's I think there's a psychological thing with like Dally M voting and whatever. Like if he had won 2 in a row already, and this was going to be his 3rd year, people start to give votes, I think, subconsciously to other people, because
Like
no
what they did
one
to
likes
Messi.
to see the same thing over and over. But he's only won it once, so I think this year he will still be the guy for Cronulla that gets those 3 points, and like I think they'll be going well this year. They score lots of points. And, yeah, he's involved in everything they do. So I don't see why he doesn't just do the exact same thing he did last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't mind that.
Like it. Did you see, again, without getting too sidetracked, saw a stat on the Bloke podcast, most try contributions last year
Yeah.
in the comp. Who do you
I
reckon
did.
it was, Z? It seemed like you know. You won't get it.
Most try contributions.
Yeah.
In the comp.
Matty Moylan.
Really?
Matt Moylan.
He got most try assists.
Just contributions.
So what's that?
So it was so a try contribution is like the pass before the assist or a try assist.
Matty Moylan. He
Yeah.
did have a great year
And-
last year as well,
yeah.
though, just quietly.
Good to see.
Yeah, I've always been a bit of a Matty Moylan fan. He went through a bit of a rush a couple of years, but he's coming back now.
Like a fine wine, mate.
Yeah, that's
Cody Walker
good
was
on him.
second. He beat Cody Walker.
Good on him.
Who,
Not these.
who has like 7 try contributions a game.
Yeah.
Just hands the ball. Just hands the ball to Alex Johnson. He
Yeah.
scores 5 tries.
Yeah, true.
Well, yeah, I reckon he would have got most of them in that 4 weeks where Talakai was absolutely on fire. He probably would have got. He would have got half of them there.
Mate, Talakai played Origin off the back of 4 games.
Yeah.
Can we just like...
Yeah, look.
Anyway.
We've brought that up many a time. I think.
Anyway.
We won't get into
We won't get
Origin
into that
today.
rabbit
That's
hole.
too big of a
Don't even start. Well, my Dalian prediction, I'm kind of thinking the same as Jack, to be perfectly honest. I think Nico could go back to back
No
this
Tom?
year.
No Tom from anyone?
No,
He would be my second pick.
You got to pick someone else for it. You can't. Go
I
with
can't
Nico,
pick. Okay, well, stay for the record. I agree with Jack, but okay, if I think not him, who do I think?
Moses?
Please.
Please stop it.
Ben Hunt?
No. Oh,
You really
don't
want to stick with
say-
Nico?
Yeah, I can't think of any. Oh, okay, I'll go for one. Jerome Hughes.
I knew you were going to say that.
Jerome Hughes this year.
He loves Jerome Hughes, this
You love-
guy.
Because
you have an agenda and you push it.
yeah, well, listen, mate, listen. Jerome Hughes gonna play every game. Also, still in Nico is one of the best players every game that he plays. So crucial to the Melbourne Storm. Obviously, he's going to play Origin, but they'll miss players throughout Origin. No Pappy for the first half of the season. He is going to be so massive for them this year. Massive, massive. So I really think this year he could be in with a very good shout to win the Dalian, and I can't see why not.
The only thing I'd say is that they've got Munster and Grant. It's a lot of points that might be taken away from Hughes. And Hughes is notorious for sort of sliding under the radar, even inside of his own team.
But
Like
just
Munster throws a cutout and he gets 3 points.
Yeah.
But I don't
when
know. I
Pappy's
just
not
think
there.
like obviously Grant and Munster will probably
He'll pick up heaps to Origin, I assume. if Melbourne do
like
alright,
that's what not 6 games, like 4 games they might miss out on.
Mm.
You know, injuries
potentially
pending.
6.
Yeah,
It's like a 6-week period where they're not sort of
and
as focused.
to be
I'd
fair,
say.
with no Jerome Hughes, the Storm having no Jerome Hughes, I think impacts the Storm more than having no Munster.
Yeah, I agree.
for sure.
I agree.
Really?
Yeah, for
I agree.
sure.
Because he's the 7.
Because he's a 7, he does mostly he does so much kicking. That's what you're saying. He goes under the radar. If you
Yeah.
actually watch him play, you're going holy.
Yeah, don't
crap,
get me
he's-
wrong. He's a freak. Okay.
That's I think
Just on the team as a whole, like how the team performs and
Mm.
like moves around the park and like
I think he's so much harder to replace.
Yeah. Anyway,
Like it.
Although Munster, I can't deny how good Munster is, but I'm just saying.
yeah, I agree.
Bit of a hot take maybe, but I don't
Top point scorer.
know.
Sam Walker.
Ooh. Yeah?
I think so.
Talk about pushing an agenda. He loves his Chookies players this week.
Mm.
He's thinking Sam Walker.
Sam Walker
Cleary.
or like you say Nathan Cleary. It's boring.
I reckon.
Sam
Sam Walker is more likely to end up in Origin than Nico. So
Yeah.
I'm going Nico.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say Nico too.
They'll probably both be playing Origin anyway. I'm trying to think of a player who's in the top 4 teams that goal kicks that won't play Origin, but I think they all play
Ruben
Origin.
Garrick.
Yeah?
Ruben
okay.
Garrick.
Did he? Who was he? Top point scorer last
He
year?
might have got it last year.
He got it
Or the year before.
year before. When he got 30 tries in the
Yeah,
year, and so
right.
did Tom, and so did Jason Saab. I think he got it that year. But yeah, I could see. I feel like Manly going to play a bit of like quite a bit of attacking footy this year. So I'm going to go top point scorer. I reckon Ruben Garrick could get quite a few me tries.
If
I
And
like
some
that.
kicking.
If, yeah, if the trials are anything to go by, then they're just going to throw the footy around.
Mm.
And they've got some pretty young, exciting outside backs. So
Yeah.
I like Garrick as well. Sam Walker just, I don't know. I swear he loves a try. Roosters always scoring lots of points.
Yeah.
Extended regular season.
Yeah, I think his goal kicking's improving.
It's not as bad as I thought it was. Like, he kicks it just under 80%. Like, every time he stands over a sideline conversion, I'm like, this isn't going in. But then he kicks at 80%. So, like,
Yeah.
4 out
or
of 5
just
are going
under.
in.
Yeah.
I think every time I've seen like him kicking, he's 1 from 5 or he's 6 from 6. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no
He kicks.
there's no 3 from 4s in there.
He kicks from the sideline. Like, he's not actually aiming. He's just trying to make the distance.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
That he's just, like, trying with everything he's got to get it the distance. And that doesn't fill me with much confidence.
It's crazy. It's so true.
Like-
Like, it's just shocking.
It's like watching Munster or like Pappenhausen or something when they do the kicking for the Storm, and it's just like not very good.
Munster.
Yeah.
Pappenhausen is the kicker.
Yeah, I find like their kicking's like that as
Munster's
well.
is horrific. It's actually horrific. I swear he gets the nod because he's the 6 and everything looks wrong about Munster kicking the ball off the ground.
That's
even
such a
like-
good I've never heard someone say like that, but now that you have,
Yeah.
that's so good.
I think Munster, and I mean this like, you might take this the wrong way, he kind of looks unco in the way that he plays, but he's just such a freak that it just kind of works. Like, he's so unorthodox and weird. He just does weird stuff, and like, I think his goal kicking is like a reflection
But
of
you
that.
think because he might be a little bit, like, unconventional. It
Yeah.
actually works.
Yeah,
he
I'm
works.
not saying he is unco, he just
it, like,
looks unco.
Yeah, it works for him.
Yeah, totally.
Slippery cuss.
I like the Garrett call. A
Yeah,
lot.
it's boring, but, play on. You'll probably,
Yeah.
you'll probably be right.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, hope so. Okay, most tries. I think everyone is gonna pick the same person here.
AJ?
Xavier Coates, maybe,
Yeah?
Yeah,
for Melbourne.
plays Origin though.
No Paps as well. Not getting as much seed.
But is Coates playing on the left this year?
Don't know.
If Xavier Coates is playing
Yeah, I
on the
don't know.
left, he is slotting straight into my Super Coach team because
Mate, he was a trap last year.
he was an absolute trap. But look,
He's a hat trick or nothing guy.
yeah, he is.
But he's a hat trick and then nothing for 3 weeks. And then
Yeah.
a hat trick.
He's 150 Super Coach points, or he is 8.
Yeah.
You know,
He's the biggest headache
yeah,
because he gives you 150, then goes 30, 30, 30,
Yeah.
and then goes 180, and you're like, well, what do I do now?
Yeah.
and then he gets 9.
Then you get off him.
Look, tries. I think AJ. I'm in agreement with Cody as well, especially with the South.
Yeah.
As good as we think. What do you reckon?
Yeah, probably is going to be AJ, but I was just trying to think a little bit
Little bit
outside of the box. Like, Xavier Coates could
Yeah.
push him, but like, I think I agree with you two in terms of South this year.
Yeah.
Latrell, they've got the same spine as last year.
Brutal.
So, and Alex Johnson just scores tries.
Yeah.
I love that left edge. Latrell sweeping out the back.
It's unstoppable.
It is. Like, it has to be unstoppable. Like, I know nothing about defensive structure in the NRL, but it's just like, it's going to him, just mark him. But obviously, you just can't.
Yeah.
You work like, if you're playing South, you're working all week. They're going to sweep out the back. They're going to throw it to AJ and he's going to score in the corner.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
It's
Yeah.
literally inevitable. Like
It's a cheat code.
Yeah.
He's just gonna.
Yeah, he's a freak.
He's awesome. On that, saying that, most assists.
I don't know.
Cody Walker's always up there. So if
Yeah.
it's going to be AJ, then
That's
Cody Walker's got to be
We're
there.
hot on South.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well.
We're hot on South. There's not much conversation in these because we're all just kind of agreeing.
Yeah, because okay. Well, who else can go most assists? I don't think unless your name is
Maddie?
Well, Matty Moylan,
Matty
apparently.
Moylan. True, we did say
Apparently.
most try contributions. Yeah, but genuine assists, maybe. Or depends how lethal the Roosters' left edge is. Could a little.
I think they're too scattered.
Kiri
Like, I
action?
think those
Luke
good-
Keary's just too injury. Like, I don't trust.
Yeah,
You can't
I
trust him to
agree.
be there all year.
And like they're too scattered. They've got too much. They're too stacked all around the park. The
Yeah.
Roosters for all their assists to be congregated in like one spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Same
we
with,
don't-
Like,
yeah.
Panthers, like they're all going to have a try assist.
Yeah.
It has to be someone like Cody where he's
Or
just
a
totally
Nico.
or Nico. Yeah.
Yeah, like Cody Walker has 20 try assists and Lachlan Ilias has 4.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so one-sided.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Sam Walker and Keary share them.
Mm.
Luai and Cleary share them.
Yeah.
Hines and Moylan share them.
Do you reckon
If that didn't come from a bloke in a bar and you just was saying that, would not believe you.
Yeah. You've got
At
a
all.
cap.
But I've seen the video.
Sort of
I was
thing.
like, it has to be.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
We'll see. I think, yeah, tries and assists. Although you're like, oh, we could discuss who could get it. You just know it's been the same thing for the last 4 years, pretty much.
It's inevitable. It's inevitable.
It's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
Which leads us to top 4/top 8, because I know that we all are kind of, in a way, unanimous about who's going to be 7 of the 8. Although I kind of think one team could slide out.
Of the 8 or the 4?
Of the 8. But I'd be stoked to hear your thoughts on these criteria, Jack.
Yeah, we were discussing before, like, I feel like the top 7 is just going to be the same, just in a different, like, it'll be in a different order, I think. Yeah. Going back to the Mitch Kenny Coruscant thing, I reckon it's going to be that big of a, I think other teams are going to improve so much, and the Coruscant thing is such a big thing that Penrith might miss the top 4.
Yep.
I
could see it.
Really?
Like, if you think about, like, Cronulla another year, Cowboys, like, there's no reason why they won't finish in the top 4 again. Parramatta made the grand final and pretty much have the same team. Like, they lost Marnie, but they've got Hodgson. Melbourne will always be good with Craig Bellamy and his... Like, they've still got Munster. Pap will come back. They got Grant. They got Hughes. Like, that's still a good team. And then as Bellamy as coach, he'll always defend well. Roosters with Brandon Smith now have a genuine 9 with, like, an elite back line and just an elite team all round. I just feel like there's so many good teams that Penrith might take a while to adjust to that and therefore slip out of the top 4.
I think as well, like, the origin period will, like...
I didn't even mention South. Like, we've been hot on South this whole time.
Yeah.
I didn't even mention... Like, there's 6 teams to me that could win the comp. And I just think losing an elite 9 and trying to adjust to that during the season, plus they lose half their team through origin periods, like Cleary, like, and that's when they lost their games last year through those periods. So that's the only sort of hot take I've got with my top 4, top 8.
Who do you think? Well, yeah, like you said, we were discussing before the show that sort of the top 7 will be the same.
I don't see any, like, I can't see any of them.
Neither.
And it's not because I think, I just don't see anyone being better than those 7.
No, neither do I.
Like, no, I think those 7, all of them got stronger, and if they didn't, they just stayed at the same. So I don't see there's any reason why any of them would drop out of the top 8. I feel like that's a bit extreme.
Yeah.
But that 8th position, I honestly have no idea. It could be. I like the Knights a lot more this year. I hated them last year.
Yeah.
I think I tipped them to win the Spoon last year.
We
Like,
were
I
all
thought they
vote-
were
yeah.
shocking.
We agree.
But I like their spine a lot more this year. The Tigers, like, I'm interested to see how that goes. The Dogs, obviously, signed heaps of players. Canberra made the top 8 last year. I think they'll probably slip out.
But they
don't
looked
think they're strong
really
enough.
good at the end of last year. And the team is pretty much the exact same.
I don't know. I think out of all, like, I think the Raiders are like, I like the Tigers more. I like the Bulldogs more.
Yeah.
I like the Knights more.
Do you just like the Tigers and the Bulldogs, though, because it's exciting and it's new?
Probably, definitely recency bias for sure.
Yeah.
But I just think, like, the signings that both of them made are going to have big impacts. I don't like how the Bulldogs don't have a fullback.
They also
Similar to
don't-
the Tigers, like Dane Laurie
Yeah.
isn't that guy, yeah?
Yeah.
So I don't love that, but, like, I think...
Think about all those top teams that you've mentioned before. Think about who their fullbacks are as well.
Yeah. And you know who we're forgetting is Brisbane. They were 4th in, like, round 22 last year.
Yeah.
They dropped out.
The other teams I didn't mention that could make the top 8 is Manly.
And Brisbane, yeah.
Like, if Tom plays the whole year and is, like, up for Dally M conversations, then they'll be top 8.
Yeah.
So then maybe someone from the 7 does drop out. Because, like, there's a lot of there's like 6 teams going for that 8th spot. Are they really fighting just for one spot?
I actually think the team that is going to drop out, you're talking about how important Appy is for Panthers. I don't think people realise how important Reid Marnie is for the Eels. And I think Josh Hodgson is not that guy for them.
Really?
And he did not look great in the trials. And I think if any team... And then they've lost Isaiah Papali'i. I just think that is massive. That is a huge... They're 2 huge losses. Arguably two of their best players over the last couple of years.
So you're saying they'll miss the 8?
I reckon they could if
anyone was going to.
if anyone's going to miss it out of those seven. You know how you're talking about
Yeah.
those 7 teams.
Mm.
I think it's them. I reckon. Honestly, I reckon they're the one team that could slide out.
I strongly disagree with that for this reason. In the fact that they'll be swept through Origin. They all just played a grand final, so they've all got way more experience now as well. Like, I think they've just, like, coming off a grand final loss, like, they will be hungrier than ever to win. I don't see a world where Para don't make the 8 this year.
And if Moses signs that deal, that's
Like Moses
that's
and
Moses.
D-bags.
Like Dylan Brown just had the best year
Yeah.
he's ever had. Moses, I rate him so highly. I know a lot of people don't, but
Yeah.
I reckon he's a.
I reckon.
If Cleary wasn't alive, he'd be playing
Yeah.
for New South
Like,
Wales.
I definitely get why you say, like, you could see them slipping because they just kind of seem weaker than the other teams.
I just think the way you're talking about Appy is kind of like, okay, well, you're talking about a team who's not as good and they're losing probably their second or third most
for
important
sure.
player.
Mm.
Like you're talking about a team that needs adjusting. And then like the replacement coming in for the Panthers is way better than the replacement coming in for the Eels.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, you're high on Mitch Kenny.
I don't
get the
reckon,
Mitch
bro.
Kenny stuff.
No,
I
well,
reckon-
even Sonny Luke has been impressive, but like you've got players who literally have played in 2 grand finals and 1, played finals, played during Origin. It's not like they lose all their games during Origin. Like Mitch Kenny plays, and they still win.
I know. I think this is a different conversation. I think both the teams are in the top 8. I don't think that's
I reckon.
I-
I reckon for the sake, because I know you two don't agree. I'm saying this because
Okay.
I think if we're gonna have a discussion, I think Parramatta would be the only team that would drop out of the.
If I had to pick it out of those teams that we think are going to make it, I would pick Parramatta as well to drop out.
Yeah.
That would be my favorite to drop out of that 7. Like, who would you pick, Cody, out of those 7 teams that we all mutually agree will just be there, like they're shoo-ins? Who would you think? If you had to pick? Because I would pick Parramatta. Like, I don't think they will, but I would pick Parramatta.
I know. Okay, I'm going to start this by saying I don't think any of them will slip. I think they'll all be there.
Yeah.
However, if the Eels were playing the Cowboys, for example, I would back Parramatta to the hill.
So you're saying
I'm
the
saying
Cowboys
I
are
think
more likely
yeah.
to drop out of the 8 than the.
I think so.
Eels
I don't
are.
think they will.
Yeah,
I
no, it's
absolutely
just
think
if
the
you-
Cowboys are on the up and they'll be there.
If you had to pick
if I had
someone.
to pick, I'd still back the Eels come that sort of end of season crucial finals crunch time. That they've got the the experience and the caliber there to push to the next level. Like, I still think Parramatta could go and win a comp the next few
I don't know
years.
about
whereas-
that. I just reckon Parramatta, even like their outside backs, I don't know, like how, like
Sevo, Penasini,
Penasini's right, Seva's right, but like what, I don't
Wonga
know.
Blake's average.
I don't know. I just don't.
It's not the like
I'm just not that
Yeah,
hot
there-
on
I
it.
know what you
partially
mean.
I partially agree.
Yeah, I
for
partially
sure.
agree too.
Yeah,
I just
And
can't see it.
Yeah, but as well, if you're talking about teams that are gonna come in, and this kind of leads to our point that we'd be talking about next, like Smoky team, like if those teams are all getting so much better, and throughout the season they'll be getting better and better, you just think that the amount of kind of close games or upsets that potentially are on the cards, and the congestion of that 7th and 8th spot area is going to be very high this year, more so than last year. So I just think, I don't think it's going to go quite the way some of those teams in the top want it to go. Because to be honest, I could see Melbourne not being in the top 4 this year. If I'm being honest, I don't think they'll be in the top. I think they'll come 5th again.
Yeah.
Just because depends when Pappy comes back, but he's not going to come back. I don't think. You wouldn't say till at least after Origin 1 kind of time period.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is around round 11 or round 10, isn't it?
He seems like he's a long way off.
Yeah, it seems like.
A report came out. It said round 6 to 8, but then he came out like 2 days after it and was like,
No.
"That's pretty optimistic."
Unless they're doing absolute smoke and mirrors and they're just saying
Yeah.
that, so then he does come back early and everyone goes, "Oh crap!" He's back."
I don't think
But I don't
because it
think
is an
will
extended season. Like there's 27 rounds.
Yeah,
I
true.
think they would. They've got. I think they'll give him as much time.
Even if
Yeah.
you just
That's
like, and not
possible.
to be too like pessimistic, but like in terms of like the longevity of your career, even if he sits the whole year out, it'd be better off for him
Yeah,
potentially in the long
exactly.
run. You know what I mean? So I don't see why Melbourne would rush him back.
No, neither.
What are we
But
talking about? How did we get
Top
there?
4. We're talking about top 4,
Yeah.
and I was saying how I think Melbourne
Yes,
will drop
okay.
out. Top 4.
So who's your top 4?
In no particular order: Sharks, Rabbits, Panthers, Cowboys.
The Roosters aren't in your top 4.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Sharks and Cowboys in there.
No. Wait. Sorry, one second. Oh, Roosters got to be in there. Roosters, Panthers, Bunnies, Sharks.
That's mine. No, it's not. Roosters, Sharks, South, Parramatta. No Penrith.
Yeah.
No Melbourne.
Fair. I think, Bunnies, Roosters, lock. Panthers, Storm. Boring. But look, I think this year, and I think you guys will both agree with me on this, like you were saying, I don't think the top teams will be happy about how the season pans out. I think the gap, even between 1 and 8, will be closer than we've seen it in a while.
Yeah, I'll definitely.
Because like we've been talking about with this 8 spot congestion, those teams we mentioned, Brisbane, Manly, Canberra, the Titans, Newcastle and the Tigers and the Bulldogs as well to an extent. They're all going to be challenging those top teams every week. So not only have you got to deal with the Roosters and the Panthers and South and then the Cowboys and all that, then you got to deal with that next tier down of team that are just going to be a pain in the arse.
Because I just think if those teams on their day, like, figure it out, well, whoever figures it out relatively quickly.
Imagine playing the Bulldogs. Like, are you kidding?
It'd be shocking.
Tough day. Imagine playing the Bulldogs in Belmore. You'd be like, that is a tough day. That's a tough day.
Even if, I'm keen to see that.
I just hope it
Tigers
is like.
as well.
I hope it is like that. I feel like we had a similar conversation last year. We're like, oh, the comp's so open. Like this, it's going to be so much more competitive this year. And then it was just like, oh, Penrith are just going to win the comp again.
Yeah, that's true. But it also did get more competitive because the Cowboys came up. The Sharks.
Yeah, it was. We had the emergence of them, but I was disappointed in a few of the teams that finished in the bottom 8. Like this year, I genuinely think that there's going to be 5 teams that are disappointed if they don't make the top 8.
Yeah, or even the grand.
And then and then if they level up from that, there's going to be like all those 7 teams should be disappointed if they don't make the grand final.
Yeah.
Which is just unreal
to
think about.
Yeah, and on that, to think, like you're saying last year, we were saying, oh, it's close. And now, you're absolutely right. We've got a situation where this could be one of the best seasons we've seen. Yeah,
I hope so.
To date. Pumped.
Yeah.
All right.
What's if you had to pick someone to get that 8th spot?
Do we have to?
Who's
you
your?
Got to pick one. Got to pick.
Who out of that next tier of Manly, Brisbane, Bulldogs, Tigers, Newcastle? Like it is just guessing at the end of the day. But I feel like Manly. I think I'm leaning towards Manly now.
I don't know. Because I'm thinking about the weak points of them all. Like, you could say the weak point of Canberra is Savages out. Didn't look great in the preseason.
Not much depth.
Yeah. Brisbane, you could say, still massive question marks over what's going on up there with the coach and the comments that are coming out.
We should have talked about that at the start.
Yeah, true.
The Brisbane players coming out and just shitting all over their coach. He can't, he's your coach next year and you're just like, he's shit.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy. Anyway.
Manly, there's obviously question marks just with Tommy's fitness and their depth and all that. So I feel like each team you kind of like, do you know what I mean? It's hard to pick.
I feel like
Manly though. Manly for me.
Yeah,
Manly
same,
for me.
Same.
I'm gonna say Brisbane. I just think Brisbane will get it done.
Yeah, nice. They were my
Yeah. Going back to your question marks thing, I just think Tom's the only sort of question mark for Manly, and it's a big one. But if he has gone over to America and he has fixed it,
watch the doc. It'll pump you up.
Awesome. I might.
Yeah, it's just on their Insta.
Yeah.
He looks good. If
he plays well, he could push even further than 8th.
I think they're doing when Tedesco went through all his injuries at the Tigers. There was the last season that he was there when he got fit. They the narrative was that he had to learn how to run again.
Yeah.
The Tigers head of conditioning, I think, changed his running style because he was putting too much pressure on certain parts of his body. Barely been injured since, right?
Same thing with Tom.
So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. They've taught him how to run again.
The troll as well. Similar thing.
Same. So we'll see.
Yeah. Tom had a lack of mobility in his left ankle. So when he went to step off it, he was putting too much strain on his hamstring,
Yeah.
so it would tear.
Yeah.
And he went over to America, and the guy worked it out inside of a week, and
Yeah.
was like, "Well, get more mobility in there,
Yeah.
run a little bit differently, and you should be fine."
Yeah.
So if you believe all that, then
Do you
they
know-
have to be in the 8, don't
Yeah.
they?
Do you know that game where he's running the ball back? It's against Canberra at Brookie Oval.
Yeah, in the
And
sun.
he literally steps
Yeah.
off his left foot
Mm.
and goes down straight over the hammy.
Mm.
That makes so much sense now that you just said that, because he literally
Yeah.
you watch it and he steps and then he pulls up straight away and with the hammy.
Before contact, it's like
Yeah.
2 meters before the defensive
Jack
line.
Martin.
Yeah, I can. That's right here.
Yeah. So,
Sun's out, Brookie Oval.
Mhm.
Love it.
How's that? Bit of a Slumdog Millionaire style memory.
Yeah. So, yeah. Shout out to Bill Knowles. Hopefully, he's doing the big lift for the NRL.
Yeah. Getting the big
Big
dog
lift for NRL
action.
marketing.
Yeah.
Big lift for the Manly Seagulls.
Yeah.
Whole heap of lifting.
Now,
Xander will love this segment.
I do love this segment because I love a bit of a smoky. I love a bit of
Oh,
an
I thought we were
upset.
talking about Spoon.
Oh,
Was that not our Smoky just then? Manly and Brisbane?
yeah, I guess, you know what?
Is there
we'll
anyone
call it.
outside of that you
Nah, because we'll be here all day talking about that. Really, literally, we could do another
Dolphins? Dolphins?
Yeah, we could do another hour on like the possibilities.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be extremely dribbly, and I feel like, you know, this special is dribbly enough as is. Any extra dribble,
Too much dribble.
might be possibly too much, one might say.
Yeah.
Not for me personally. I'm thoroughly enjoying my time right now.
The only thing that is constraining us right now is that we have things
Yeah.
to do today.
Yeah, literally, because we probably would if I didn't have uni, you didn't have work, and you also didn't have work.
Things to do.
Yeah. Busy
Yeah,
boys.
Things to do, mate.
Anyway.
Okay, now we have the spoon. Who is getting the, last place? No one wants to get the wooden spoon.
Do you want to go first?
I feel
Yeah.
like you should definitely kick us off here.
I'll go first. I am terrified that my team is going to get it. I'm absolutely terrified. The drag. I don't look. I'm going to say the Warriors out of the fact that I've got some belief in my team, but let me tell you, there's not much.
Poor Ben Hunt.
Yeah, poor Ben Hunt, poor Lomax. You know what? I'm not with great faith. I'm going to say I think the Dragons will just stay up.
Stay up.
Just stay up.
Not get really.
not get in there. But look.
Also, you got the fish in there, bro. I'd still back you guys over the fish, Sammy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
Wayne Bennett, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
How many games do you give Hook? I give him 10.
10?
I reckon
less.
he's gone.
6.
Less.
Six.
Six games.
You could lose all. I think I had a look at your draw. You could lose. You have the bye first round,
Yeah.
Big dub.
that sucks. By the way,
That's the only time we'll be first this whole year.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think you lose your next 5.
Yeah. If we lose the first 5 games, like done.
Because they'll be,
Hook out.
they will literally, mate,
They'll lose one game and the media will go, Hook's done.
Kenty and Buzz will be sniffing around for the first coach to talk about, mate.
He's literally on the cards. There's a sports bet market for first coach to be sacked.
It'd be $1 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. First coach to be mentioned on NRL 360 as well. will be Hook.
Oh,
Because
mate.
like Benji's sweet,
He's not even coach yet.
Wayne Bennett's sweet,
Mm. Well,
Tim
they're
Chance.
kind of untouchable.
Tim
Tim
Chance.
Chance.
But that's what Tigers are fine.
Yeah.
Only other two, Adam O'Brien and Holbrook. The two other biggest clowns in the NRL.
Adam
the fact that
O'Brien,
they're
brother.
coaches.
Yeah.
Come on.
Adam O'Brien, questionable. But yeah, I think Warriors will get the spoon though. I just think they've been due,
Give me a Warriors player that incites fear into you.
AFB.
Yeah, that's it.
And Toa Harris.
Yeah.
AFB when he feels like it.
Yeah.
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 One week he goes out and plays like Tarzan, the next week he goes out and plays like Jane.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's the Warriors team that can just be so hit and miss sometimes though. But
Who's going to break the game open for the Warriors? Reece
Well,
Walsh isn't there.
no
Name
Reece
one.
Oh,
Walsh.
that sucks,
Sean
doesn't it?
Johnson struggled a little bit last year.
Sean Johnson is 5 years past his best.
Yeah.
Do we think
I don't know.
They don't have
we all
anyone.
been in agreement?
It's the Warriors.
The bottom 4 will be the Dolphins, the Dragons, the Warriors, and Newcastle.
Yeah.
I'd have Newcastle higher.
And who would be in
No.
there? Have to be the
Can you
Ti-
give me some?
The
Titans?
The
Tigers,
Titans would be the
Tigers,
Ti-
Titans, and the Bulldogs are the next 3 teams.
Titans are above the Knights for sure.
Lockie Miller surprised me when I watched him in the trials.
He's a footballer.
He can play.
He's a footballer.
He's electric. He
Yeah.
moved. He can move across the park.
Yeah,
he played
yeah.
sevens, played for the Sharks as
Quick, fit. He was everywhere. If Ponga gets injured, he's a glass cannon.
Yeah. Get him back to fullback.
But their spine's good.
What do you think?
Brayley back.
Me and Xander have been arguing about this. Are you Ponga fullback or Ponga 6?
Fullback.
Yeah, thank you.
well. I'm actually Ponga 6. I like it.
Well, in this team now, 6 because Lockie Miller's there.
Mm.
But I would have kept him at fullback and
Yeah.
got a 6.
I just think
Lukey
similar
Brooks.
thing. He's kind of already playing. He was already doing the same thing anyway.
Yeah, so let's make it harder and make him make 30 tackles a game.
Yeah, let's get you know how he gets like head knocks and gets injured all the time.
Yeah.
Let's play him in the defensive
Let's
line
up his defense.
and
yeah.
like he has to mark like
Yeah.
David Fafita and all those
Yeah.
boys.
Oh, David Fafita.
But-
No, he's easy.
But like
Yeah.
running the ball, surely him running the ball into the line would be way worse than just standing in the line and making tackles.
Yeah, but he has to
Nah.
go to the line. It's playing 6 as well.
Wait, what do you mean? It's just way more contact. It's
The
just way
halves
more
get
contact.
hit
No, I
way
think-
more.
I think he'll be able to handle it though.
We'll
I
see.
think-
We'll see, I guess. Yeah, like for sure. I hope he does.
So do I, but like based off his track record,
Yeah.
it says that he could not handle it.
I just don't. And it's because it's Adam O'Brien as well. If it was Craig Bellamy moving him to 6 or Wayne Bennett, you'd be like, all right. Do you know what I mean? They've tried him at 6. It didn't work.
Yeah.
He's played his footy at fullback for Queensland as well. And I don't know.
He was man of the
Seems forced.
he was my man of the match in Origin.
It
at
seems
fullback.
forced
Yeah.
to me. But we'll see. We can go around again. We're gonna wrap this thing up. We could go around like this for days.
Grand final winner.
Maybe we should just do an episode where we just do things we disagree on and just
Yeah.
argue the whole time.
Yeah.
It'd be
I-
great to listen to.
You know,
I'd hate that.
one like where they're going like talking about the footy after a few years and like they're doing that
Yeah.
one. This is like
That'll be
that
us.
episode would remind me of. Okay. Grand final winner.
Sorry, Jack Spoon.
Oh,
Warriors.
Warriors as well.
I'm Jack. Oh, Dragons.
We're still waiting for one player for the Warriors that's going to do anything.
Well, they got rid of you.
Adam Vanilla Blake is not it.
The SJ. I don't know.
Come on.
We'll see.
It's not 20. It's not the NRL. It's not the NRL 9s.
Grand final winner.
There's no bonus zone for Sean Johnson to score in.
That's true. Be
Um,
in trouble. So
grand final winner. Chookies.
Yeah.
Chookies. I said Chookies last year, and I was wrong. But I think I'm gonna.
you can just keep saying it till they win.
I'm just gonna double down because I think they're gonna be pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say
Yeah.
Chookies.
Last year I was cautious with going the Roosters. I didn't. I think I actually can't remember who I picked, but I was like the Roosters are a year or two off. I think signing Brandon Smith has fast tracked that, and I think we have the team to win it this year. So
For sure.
the Roosters South Grand Final.
South team.
I'm on South. I'm on
To win?
South. Yeah. I think they're win. Like we're in Cam Murray prime. We're in Latrell prime. We're in Cody prime. Lachlan Ellis has got another year.
Cool.
Good.
Lachlan Ilias, not a bad shout if you wanted to say for a breakout year.
I was
as well.
thinking that when we brought him up.
Yeah.
Again, if the Roosters won, mate, no shock horror.
Would
You know
have been
what I mean?
surprised.
One, they're our two. I think we can kind of agree on that.
Do you know-
And look, I'll say this as we wrap the ep. If you're a betting man and you watch last year's ep, you take some of our advice this time
you'll be
around.
listening. You'll be listening.
You'd be listening.
because We got a couple right last year.
Yeah.
We got more than a couple things right last
Yeah,
year.
actually, if your dad's listening, he absolutely sprayed me over text for putting the Titans in the bottom 4 last year.
Did he really?
Sprayed me.
Yeah, Gus Worland,
Yeah.
notorious for his hot takes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I got met with at least 5
For some-
crying, laughing emojis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for someone who can't pronounce half the players' names these days, he has a lot of strong opinions.
We'll have to get him on this time next year.
You don't know if you want that.
Just pushing his Roosters rhetoric,
Yeah.
probably.
Roosters rhetoric for sure.
Anything to say before we wrap? Thanks for coming on again, Jack.
Yeah,
no, no
thank
worries.
you.
Thanks for having me. I hope I'll be back at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll think about it.
Some more hot takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hotter the takes, the better.
We flirted with the idea of doing an NRL 360 panel of like us 3 and Nathan.
Like
doing
suited
all,
up.
Yeah.
Doing all 4
We're
of
suiting
us.
up.
Yeah,
We
suiting
should
up.
get that would be funny. We should do that one time.
You got a round table at the pub you work at?
Yeah, it's the only thing is, I'd love to film at the pub. It's open all day. Like, it's open from 10. So we'd have to film at like 8 a.m. But we could do it.
I'm up.
We could work it out. We could work it out.
Get up and about for it.
Any excuse to put a suit on.
Don't tempt me. Well, that's the episode for today. Everyone, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed. If you're a rugby league fan or even a non-rugby league fan, tune in. First game, Thursday, Para vs Storm. It'll be great. It'll be an absolute cracker. Guarantee you shan't be disappointed.
Horny stuff.
Absolutely. I'm Alexander.
My name is Cody.
My name's Jack.
Nice.
And we'll see you later.